Hi everyone, welcome to Verbling. My name is Hina, and for the next hour, I am going to be your teacher in this class. We are going to be talking about the 7 deadly sins and the 7 virtues that can cleanse them. Okay, this is an advanced level class. It's basically a vocabulary class. It's not meant to be centered around religion or anything, but it's just 7 deadly sins are a very popular concept that is not just prevalent in Christianity, but it's become more cultural than anything else. So we're going to learn what they are, what they mean, and we're going to learn what the 7 holy virtues are as well to cleanse the deadly sins. And like I said, it's not a religious class, it's just vocabulary building, okay? So we have in class with us, we have Hamid. Hamid, did you make a reservation for this class?
Yes.
Yes? Are you aware of the concept of the 7 deadly sins?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. So you know a little bit about it. And we also have David. Hi, David. Welcome back. And we have Jorge. So the first 2 minutes of classes are reserved for premium account users or for students who have made reservations for that class. Premium account allows you to make as many reservations for as many classes as you want, and that way you ensure that you get into the classes that you want to attend, and you're not, there's no spot left. There are no spots left at the end. After 2 minutes are up, all the spots open up for the students who are waiting. So we have Mariana, Juan, Best Miles, yay! We have Leno. So we have a couple of students who are waiting to get into class. So at the end of 2 minutes, when your blue buttons turn green and you see join class, you'll be able to join then. Okay? And I'm just going to say once again, our class today, we are going to be learning about what the 7 deadly sins are and what the 7 holy virtues are to cleanse them as well. Not a religious class, but we're going to be borrowing a little bit of inspiration from religion, if you will. Okay, and it looks like the spots have all opened up and people are in class. Hello, we have Christoph. Christoph, I have not seen you so long.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, you were there I think last week, but very, very briefly for a class. So
yeah, I was I had a problem just by this time, and now it's working.
Okay.
But now it's later, you know. It's
Hi.
It's middle of the night.
Oh,
But
it's late.
I was waiting. Yeah, I was waiting only for your class.
Oh, that's so sweet. Well, I hope you enjoy it then.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, Christoph. And Jorge. Hi, Jorge.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. How are you?
Okay, I'm fine, thanks.
Okay. All right. So welcome everyone. Looks like our class is full. So without further waiting, this class was actually recommended to me by a student. I don't know. I don't think she's in class though. Bertha, did everybody read that post? She posted. She's like, we should have a class on the 7 deadly sins, and I was like, okay, sure. So she recommended this class. I hope she's watching, or she can, watch the recording. Okay. So let's start. Let us go through and introduce ourselves, okay? If you can tell us is everybody familiar with the concept of the 7 deadly sins, or is it something that you've never heard of before? If it's someone's first time, let me know.
I think I heard about it, but I don't know about the details of this.
Okay. So that's awesome. So now we're going to learn the details. That's what this class is about. So Bertha is here. Alberto. Yay! So the person who recommended this class is here. I'm so happy. Okay. So let's go through class and let's say our name. Let's introduce ourselves, say our name, say where we're from, and let's say what in our opinion is the worst sin of all. Okay? It doesn't have to be a deadly sin, but just any sin, anything that we think is, bad and the worst thing that you can do. All right? You don't have to be religious. It's just, in your own opinion, the worst trait that a person can have. Okay? So let's start. I'll begin. Welcome, everyone. My name is Hina. I'm your teacher for this class. I am from Canada. Right now, I'm in San Francisco. And I would have to say the worst sin, the worst like quality that a person can have, would be selfishness. I don't know. Selfishness and like not caring about others, basically just caring about yourself, only caring about your well-being. I think that's the worst trait that a person can have. Okay, so let's start with Best Miles.
Hello everyone, happy to be here.
Hi, happy that you joined us.
Yes, for me, I think that the worst sin is lust. Lust?
Lust. Okay.
No,
all right.
It's lust. SLODH.
Oh, sloth. Sloth.
Yes.
Sloth. Okay, so basically laziness.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Best Miles. And do you just want to say where you're from again?
I'm from Ecuador.
Perfect. Thank you, Best Miles. Next we have Christophe.
I'm Christophe. I'm from France. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
The worst thing, I think there are many, but I'll pick up two.
Which one?
I don't know the name, but it's like when someone talk about someone else. Yeah.
Backbiting.
Yeah.
Backbiting. So to talk bad things about other people when they're not around.
Exactly.
So say good things to people on their face, like, "Oh my God, you're so nice, and I like you so much." And when they're not there, you talk to other people like, "Oh my God, I totally hate this person, and they're so ugly, and they're so mean."
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate this kind of
behavior. When they're not there, okay. You talk to all right. So that is called backbiting. All right.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say, all right, perfect. Diego, hi. Okay, so let's start. Let's move on to David.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, go ahead, David.
I'm from Spain, near from France.
Okay.
Yeah, only 10 kilometers from France.
Okay.
And the worst thing of me is that I have a lot of patience.
Lot of passions?
Yes.
Okay.
Demasiada.
Okay.
A lot of.
A lot of different interests. Okay, all right.
A lot of.
Okay, thank you, David. Next we have Diego. Hi, Diego. Can you hear us? Diego, we can't hear you, so you're probably muted. So I'll come back to you, okay, Diego? Next we have Imad.
Hi, Hina.
Hi.
Thank you very much. I'm Imad. I'm from Syria. Really, I'm very pleased today. I attended so many classes. It's very nice. I'm very grateful.
I'm so happy as well. Oh, I'm so happy you're enjoying them.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the worst quality or the worst trait that a person can have? The biggest sin in your opinion?
Yeah, I think hypocrisy is the. I don't know if it's from the sevens.
Oh no, it doesn't have to be from the 7 deadly sins. We're going to learn about them. I just want to know in your personal opinions what are the worst sins. So hypocrisy, that is a really good one. Does everybody know what hypocrisy is? Okay. Go ahead, Jorge.
I think that is when you don't say the truth.
Okay, that's part of it. What else? So Diego, we can't hear you. I think there's a problem with your headset, so we're not able to hear you at all. What else is hypocrisy?
You said before backbiting?
Yeah, backbiting is kind of...
Backbiting.
It's like what the politicians did usually, promoting something.
What else is hypocrisy?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Hi, Diego. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Hello.
Okay, so Diego, just hold on a minute. I've muted. I'm going to mute you because I don't know if you're wearing a headset, but there's an echo coming from your microphone. So what I'm saying is being repeated. So just if you want to put on earphones, put these on, and then you want to unmute yourself, then you can come back. Okay? All right? Okay. So Imad is saying hypocrisy. So hypocrisy is not really lying, but it is preaching or telling people to do something that is right, but you yourself are doing the wrong thing. Okay, so for example, hypocrisy would be everybody should tell the truth. Okay, you have to tell the truth. It is wrong to lie, but you yourself lie all the time. Okay? So that is hypocrisy. To preach. So to preach. Preaching is like teaching other people who aren't really asking for help, like, this is right and this is what you should do and I am telling you the right thing, but in essence, you are doing all the wrong things that you are telling people not to do. Okay? So that is hypocrisy. Okay? So that's a very, very good that's a very good like trait that you've mentioned, and it's I think it's a big vice as well. Okay? A vice. A vice is a bad trait to have. Okay, thank you so much for that, Imad. Next we have Hamid.
Yes, hello everyone. I am Hamid from Turkey. In my opinion, to obey self-evil.
To obey self-evil?
Yes.
Self-evil. Okay, what do you mean by that, Hamid?
I mean, how can I explain? Maybe I can explain later.
Okay, sure. You can explain later. Thanks, Hamid. Next we have Jorge.
Okay. Hi everyone. I'm Jorge. I'm from Peru, South America. I think that the worst sin is envy.
Envy. Okay. So another form of jealousy.
Jealousy.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Jorge. Yeah, Minute, Hamid didn't explain what he meant, so he's going to explain to us later. Okay? Next we have Mariana.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Mariana. I came from Italy. I'm a beginner, then I don't understand all you tell, and I think passions is a good thing for human relations.
Okay. So passion is a good thing. So what do you think is a bad thing?
Can you repeat, please?
So passion is a good thing, right? So we're talking about sins. So bad things. So bad things that people do. Which is the worst sin? So I'm just going to say, Mariana, if this is your first class or if this is your first time on Verbling, welcome. It's really nice to have you join us. But this is an advanced level speaking class. So if you're a beginner, then this class might be a little too difficult for you, okay? So then what you can do is you can actually just watch from the outside, and then you can give the opportunity for another person to come in and sit in on the class who is more suited to the level. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
I understand.
Okay, and it's really great that you want to join class, and that's awesome. I'm all for it. But if you're not an advanced student, you're going to just be confused. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, but welcome. It's really nice for you to join us. If you want to stay for a little bit and then exit and then give the opportunity to another student, that would be okay. Or if you feel comfortable enough, you can stay and try to talk to us about the topic too. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Next we have Norbert.
Hey guys, I'm Norbert from Hungary, and the guys already said my opinion. Maybe that's backbiting and hypocrisy.
Yeah, backbiting and hypocrisy, really, really big sins, in my opinion as well.
Yes,
Perfect.
when you show that you like someone, but you don't like him.
So it's a form of lying as well, right? It's like, yeah, no, I like you or whatever, but not really. You're just lying to them and you're lying to yourself. Okay? Okay, perfect. Okay, so Mariana left the class. So if somebody wants to snag the spot, you can do it. Now is the time. Diego, can you hear us now?
Hello.
Hi, Diego.
Could you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Oh, could you hear me clearly? Or
we can hear you clearly. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Hi, my name is Diego. I'm from Costa Rica. And I think jealousy is part of the human nature. You can always, you cannot just throw it away, but you can handle in some ways. Well, some people can, and some people cannot do it.
Okay. And so you think jealousy is the worst sin?
probably one of the top three words things.
Okay, okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Diego. And we just had Minnie join us.
Hi.
Hi.
I have to think about it. What is the worst sins actually?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, jealousy is the one of them, but it's not the worst one. I think so.
Okay.
And that is the reason I want to think about it a little bit more.
Okay, that's okay. You can tell us if you come up with another one later. Thanks, Minute. Okay, so to be egotistic. So Hamid is asking egoism. So the word is to be egotistic. Who can tell me what being egotistic is?
It's kind of selfishness.
Yeah, it's to think very highly of yourself. So be like, I am the best, you know? I am the best in everything that I do. Everybody is below me. Nobody can do anything as good as I can do it. Not lower yourself, to think very highly of yourself, okay? To lower, yeah. So lowering yourself is called self-deprecation. Self-deprecation, okay? Self-deprecation is when you lower yourself. You're like, oh, I am worth nothing. I cannot do anything with my life. Nobody loves me. I am just a horrible person. That is self-deprecation. That is when you bring yourself down. You do not have any worth for yourself, okay? Self-deprecation. The opposite of self-deprecation is to be egotistic. Egotistic is when you have a big head about yourself, or you're just like, I am the best. Nobody is better than me, okay? So these are traits as well, and these are, in my opinion, they can be bad qualities too, okay? Big head, to have a big head. Yes, to have a big head is an expression to say to think a lot about yourself. The expression is to have a big head. To have a big head about oneself. Okay, so that's an expression. To think very highly. To think very highly of yourself. Okay? Yeah, to have a big head. Not bog, big head. Man, I need to like type a little slower. Okay, so did everybody download that document that I've attached with the class description? Was everybody able to open it? Okay, so it's just a one-page PDF, and we're going to be reading through that, and it's basically going to be vocabulary. So Hamid is asking, can you explain only self? Yourself means you, so me, self, me, one person, I. Okay, so about yourself, so myself. Okay, Norbert himself enjoys listening to music. So he himself, him person, he likes doing it. Okay? So self is when it's you're talking about your own person. Okay? Just one word, self. Yeah, self. So selfish is when you only think about yourself. You only think about you. You don't think about other people. Okay? So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be sharing the document with I'm going to be sharing my screen, and you guys will only be seeing the document, and we're going to be working our way through it and learning the vocabulary and learning what the 7 deadly sins are, and in some cases they have holy virtues associated with them. Okay, and we'll learn. If you don't know what these words are, if you don't know what a virtue is, if you don't know what a sin is, that's okay. We're all here to learn. We're going to learn about them, which is why I put this class at an advanced level. If you're not an advanced student, you might get a little lost or confused. That's okay. Diego wants the link. Can someone post the link for him, please? So Diego, I think Norbert or Hamid, one of them is going to post the link, and you can download it from there, okay? So let me just share my screen. There, Minnie posted it. Thank you, Minnie. So Minnie's posted the link, and that's what we're using. So everybody should have that downloaded. It's just a one-page PDF, but it's a very good summary of what all that we are going to look at. Okay? Alrighty. So I'll let you just. Sorry, Diego?
Oh, I say. Thanks a lot, Minnie.
You're unmuted, so I'm just gonna mute you. Okay?
Okay. Thanks a lot, Minnie.
You're welcome.
Okay, so and I was going to say if everybody could keep themselves muted while we're in class, that would be amazing. If you want to say anything, if you want to ask any questions, then you can unmute yourself. You're more than welcome to. But for the most part, please, everybody, keep yourselves muted. Alrighty. The 7 Deadly Sins, a convenient guide to eternal damnation. Again, there's going to be a lot of biblical terminology in here. This is not a religious class. We're just using vocabulary from religious context to understand what it means. Okay? So I'll actually get Mine. Can I get you to read the first paragraph here?
Okay. The medieval period.
Medieval. Yeah.
The medieval period and the early Renaissance period inherit an elaborate Christian model of sin. Over a dozen such models exist. The most popular one lists 7 sins and subdivides them into 3 spiritual sins and 4 corporal bodily sins. All 7 of the sins were deadly evils, potentially a cause of damnation.
Yeah.
But the spiritual sins were generally acknowledged as more dangerous than sins that arose only from the weakness of the body.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mine. So there's, and you guys can tell me which words you don't know, okay? So let's cover the basic. What is a sin? What is a sin? You can give me the biblical definition if you want, but go ahead, Imad. Go ahead, Imad. Imad, go ahead.
Okay. It's like if you did something religiously or that it's wrong, but for the religion, not because it's wrong for you. Maybe it's wrong for non-personal reason.
Okay, yeah, that's a good definition. What else, Norbert?
I just said when you are guilty.
When you are guilty, yeah.
When you made, yes,
yeah. Okay, when you're guilty. And what about you, Hamid?
I think bad and forbidden thing for people.
Okay, yeah. And Alberto is saying something against the religious rules. That is basically the best definition. So what Imad said. So a sin is something that is considered bad or wrong, and is forbidden. What is forbidden? Forbidden is something that is not allowed. Not allowed, okay? So something that is forbidden, that is bad and wrong in the eyes of religion. So if you follow a religion, if you follow Christianity or Islam or Judaism or Hinduism, all religions have sins. So those sins are forbidden acts. You are not allowed to commit them. And if you commit a sin, then the consequences, and every religion has different consequences. A lot of religions say that, if you commit a sin, it's bad things will happen to you. Or if you believe in afterlife, then you will go to hell over heaven. So it all depends on what you believe, okay? But a sin is a very religious term. A sin is something that is not allowed in a religion, and if you indulge in it, then you are going against the laws of your religion, okay? So that is what a sin is. In Christianity, so we read that the medieval period and early Renaissance. So this is 1300s to 1500s. So this is 14th to 16th century. Okay, so 14th to 16th century. This is the medieval and the Renaissance period. This is when Christianity grew a lot. Okay, and so in this time period, there was a model that was created to prevent people from doing bad things. So to stop people from indulging in sin, Christianity came up with this guide of the 7 deadly sins. So the belief is that if you indulge, okay? Indulge means to give in to do, okay? So if you indulge in these sins, you are committing a crime against your religion, and you will be punished in this life or the afterlife, okay? So that's what the first sentence is. So there was a model for Christians, so the model of sin. Over a dozen such models exist. So there's lots of there are lots of, different opinions. Oh, this is a sin and that. Yeah, go ahead, Jorge. Yeah.
What is the meaning of damnation?
Okay, yeah, damnation. A convenient guide to eternal. Eternal means forever. Forever, as long as possible. And damnation. Damnation is to be damned, to go to hell, basically. So to live the rest of your existence in misery. Okay? So when you say someone is damned for life, someone is damned for life. Okay? So that means that they are bound to live a life of misery and basically torture. Okay? So eternal damnation is damnation even after you die. So for example, going to hell. If you believe in the concept of heaven and hell, damnation would be living the rest of eternity in hell. Okay? That's what damnation is. Yeah, go ahead, Norbert.
I have a question. What does mean arose?
Arose. Okay.
Arose.
Where is this?
It's
only arose. Okay, arose. To arose is the past tense of arise. Arise. The past is arose. Okay. Arise. Arose means to come into existence. So to come to existence. Okay. So the age of technology arose in the 1970s. Okay. So something started existing, something became real. All right? Okay, so this sentence is saying that arose only from the weakness of the body. So this is saying that the sins that come because you're bodily weak, not because you're spiritually weak. So sins that originated because of lack of willpower. Okay? All right. So eternal damnation. So basically eternal damnation is, being damned to live a life. Even after life, even in death, you're living horribly. You're going to hell or, whatever. So yeah, over a dozen such models exist. The most popular one lists 7 sins and subdivides. So 7 sins, and then they're divided even more into different categories. So there are 2 categories of 7 deadly sins: spiritual sins and corporal sins. Spiritual sins are sins that are considered even worse than bodily sins. So corporal means bodily. Anytime you hear the word corporal, it is related to the body. Okay? All seven of these sins are deadly. So they are a cause of damnation. So they can potentially damn you for the rest of your life and afterlife as well. Okay? But the spiritual sins were generally acknowledged as more dangerous. So these spiritual sins are thought of as being worse than the corporal sins. Okay? Any questions so far before we move on to what the actual sins are? Any questions? Any words that you guys are unclear? Oh, okay. All right. So let's see.
Well, I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, it's not a question. It's like a comment. But the eternal damnation means that everyone who has a bad behavior are just a perfect candidate to be on a hell forever, but not in the time period, which is it's in earth. So it's like forever, and I don't know what to say, like forever, but without a forgiveness.
Without forgiveness. Without forgiveness.
Forgiveness. Thank you.
Yeah. Without forgiveness. Yes, that's basically what it means. If you are forgiven, again, this is very. It depends on what your beliefs are. Okay, people who don't believe in the afterlife, who don't believe in heaven and hell, who don't believe in the concept of a soul, for them it doesn't mean anything because eternal damnation, there is no life after death. But for people who do believe, who feel that if you are not forgiven in your life for your sins, then you will pay for them in your afterlife. Then you are damned for the afterlife, for all of eternity. So for all of eternity. Okay, for forever, just basically for whatever you believe. So this is not, I'm not going to say this is the truth or this is what it is. It's a very subjective. It depends on your religion. It depends on your beliefs. Okay? Okay, Diego? I hope that answered your question.
Okay, I'm okay now. Thanks.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So let's see what the 3 spiritual sins are. All right. So the 3 spiritual sins, the sins that are considered, the worst of them all, pride, okay, envy, and wrath. So let's have a look at what each of these are. Pride. What does it mean to be proud? So pride comes from
to be selfish.
Proud. To be proud.
Proud of something. It's like when you do something good, so you are proud of it.
Yeah, it means. Yeah, go ahead, Norbert.
Pride would mean that you don't do something because you are too proud.
Too proud, yeah.
Too proud.
Yeah, it can, exactly. It means both those things. So pride, when you do something and then you get a big head about it, okay? So you think that what you have done is the best thing anybody could have done, and you want to make other people jealous. The problem with pride is people are proud so that others are jealous of them. So they consciously make an effort to make other people feel bad about themselves, okay? So if you go to someone and you're like, oh my God, like, I am so rich. Why aren't you so rich? It is so awesome to be rich. I'm so happy that I'm rich. To boast, yeah. So to gloat. So to gloat, to boast. So that is the problem with being proud. You are hurting other people's feelings. You are making other people feel bad about themselves. To boast about yourself, to gloat. Yeah, go ahead.
If you are proud of your achievements, it's okay.
That's different. Pride is there are 2 proud. So proud, when you are boasting and gloating, that is bad. But when you are proud of, when you're proud of yourself because you have an achievement, that's not a sin. To be proud of your achievement is to be happy that you were successful. You are successful. Okay? That's different. All right? And again, for example, when people are proud of their children, when you tell your daughter, I am so proud of you, that means I am so happy that you did something that made you happy. Okay? I'm so proud that I raised a good child. That's different. But proud when you're showing off, like, oh my God, look at the car that I drive, and look at the house that I live in, and look at how beautiful my wife or my husband is. That is pride. That is bad. That is a sin. Okay? That's pride. Next is envy. What is envy?
Jealousness.
Jealousy. Jealousness is not a word. Jealousy.
Okay. Jealousy.
Yeah, go ahead, Norbert.
When you want something what other have.
Exactly. So jealousy and envy they're basically the same thing. Okay. There's like a minor difference between them, but in the end, they're the same thing. So jealousy is somebody has something that I want. I want them to not have that anymore, and I want to have it instead. Okay? So you are wishing ill for someone else. So you are wishing bad things for other people. That is a sin. That is jealousy. That is envy. Where it's like, oh, you have so much money. I wish all your money goes away and I become rich instead. Okay? That is jealousy. When someone is beautiful, oh, you're beautiful, I hope your teeth fall out and I am prettier than you. Okay? This is jealousy, and this is bad because you are wishing bad for other people.
What about if I wish became like them?
When you wish to become like them, that's aspiring to be like them. That is different. Aspire to be like someone. Okay, that is different. When you aspire to be like someone, that means that you look up to them. That doesn't mean that you want to take it away from them. When you aspire, like if you aspire to be a singer, okay? Who is your role model? Say your role model is Bryan Adams, okay? You aspire to be like him. Then you say, oh my God, Bryan Adams is such a good singer. I wish I can be just like him. You don't say, oh my God, I wish Bryan Adams stopped singing. He cannot sing anymore so that I can be a singer and I can be better than him. That is jealousy. You are wishing somebody else ill so you can become more successful. Okay? That is jealousy. That's a sin. But to aspire to be someone like someone else, that is different because you want them to keep what they have. You just want to aim for the same thing. You guys understand?
There is a echo.
Yeah, there's an echo. I think that was Minnie. I think she turned herself off. Okay. Isn't saying OMG a sin? So, oh my God. What is that? When you take God's name in vain.
And you are surprised?
Okay. But there, in Christianity, it is considered to be a sin to take God's name in vain. It's called blasphemy. Has everybody heard that word? Blasphemy.
No.
No? Okay. So blasphemy is if you talk about God or if you talk about religion and you say bad things about them. For example, saying damn. I mean, a lot of people consider that to be a bad word, but saying God damn it, okay? So saying a bad word with God's name, that's blasphemy, okay? That is considered to be a sin in many religions, where it's like, why are you saying bad things about God? Okay, like that is blasphemy. Saying bad things about God, saying bad things about, say, the prophet. If you have prophets in your religion, like Jesus or Moses or whatever prophet you believe in. So if you have a prophet, if you have God, if you have messiahs, if you have books like the Bible, the Quran, if you say bad things about anything in your religion, that is considered to be blasphemy. All right. To swear, to swear and to use God's name while you're swearing, that is blasphemy. Okay, so PH is said as F, so it's blasphemy. All right, that's what your mother tells you not to do. Like when you go to church and you are disrespectful, if you talk in church or if you don't listen to the priest, then it's like, don't be blasphemous, don't be disrespectful to God. Okay, blasphemy is not one of the 7 deadly sins, by the way. Okay, it's a sin in many religions, though. Okay, is that clear? Did you guys understand what blasphemy is? Yeah. Okay, perfect. So we've covered pride and we've covered envy, and the last one is wrath. What is wrath?
When you get to anger, something like that.
Yeah, extreme anger. Extreme anger is wrath. Okay, like when you are ready to kill someone, okay, when you get that angry. I am so angry, I could kill this person. That is wrath. Okay, wrath is not when your parents get angry at you. That is not wrath. Like when you, go ahead, Jorge.
In that word, you don't pronounce the double B.
Wrath.
Wrath.
Yeah. So you're not gonna say wrath. Like you're not gonna say like. Yeah, like you don't say wrath, like if that's what you're asking. You don't say wrath, it's wrath.
Okay.
Yeah?
Wrath.
Okay. Yeah, so that's pronounced wrath. So when you're, for example, if you're a kid and you fail a test, you know, your parents get angry, they don't exhibit vengefulness, they don't exhibit wrath. Wrath is like when you get so angry you can hit somebody or you can kill somebody or you can yell at somebody and you can take revenge, exactly. All right, that level of anger is wrath. Okay, so this is like extreme degrees of emotion. Okay, now everybody's asking in the chat, why are these sins? Like, what is so wrong with getting angry? Okay, why do you guys think these are sins? Why is pride, envy, and wrath? Why are these spiritual sins, and why are they considered to be so bad? What do you think?
Because you focus on negative things.
You focus on negative things, yeah? What else?
And if we are angry, we can harm people, our environment. For example, I can kill someone.
Yes, that is one of the big reasons. Yeah, go ahead, Ahmad.
Yeah,
go ahead.
There is something common between all of this. In my opinion, I think the person is not thinking in his awareness. Is sometimes
in senses, not in their senses.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. What you guys said are absolutely true reasons. These are considered to be sins because you can harm other people. Okay, you can really harm other people, not just physically but also emotionally. Okay, like what you say to someone can hurt their feelings to a point where that person can feel bad for a long time. And even worse, all these things, they harm yourself. Okay, you harm yourself when you indulge in these sins. Pride eats at you, This is something that is like, okay, when you're proud, you obsess over it, okay? You obsess. You can't think of anything else. You're like, oh my God, that friend of mine, he has so much money. How do I make as much money as him? Like, oh, I hate him. I cannot think of anything else. This is obsession. You are not thinking clearly, okay? When you are envious, you become jealous, you know? And when you're angry, you are harming yourself. The belief in most religions is that they tell you not to do things because they harm you, okay? So if you are indulging in things that are harming you, that is a sin, okay? Because, I mean, in Christianity, it's like your body and your life is a gift from God, and you're not supposed to take it for advantage, all right? So you're supposed to take care of it. So all these qualities are considered to be not taking care of yourself, okay? So this is why these are all sins. Like anger, people are like, why is anger? When you get that angry, you can harm other people. You can harm yourself. You're not treating yourself. You're not giving your brain the kind of, you know, treatment it deserves. So it's a sin, okay? You guys understand? And again,
Yes.
this is, I'm not saying this is like, this is what it is, this is the truth. Again, this is from the point of view of Christianity and just in general why these are considered bad things. Why is it bad to be proud? Why is it bad to be jealous? Why is it bad to be so angry? Okay? So these are the three spiritual sins. These are the three sins that are considered to be the worst in Christianity. And they're spiritual.
Hina,
Yeah?
we can break some people's hearts, so it can be mentally harmful for people.
That's a great point. You're harming not only yourself, you're harming other people as well. That is what is bad, okay? So spiritual sins. So these are sins that you commit against your spirit or your soul. If you believe in the concept of a spirit or a soul, then you commit these against you. These are sins that you are harming your soul. Now the 4 corporal sins are sins that you're physically harming your body. So think of spiritual sins as harming your mind, and corporal sins is harming your body, okay? So let's learn what the 4 corporal sins are. Sloth. What is sloth?
Laziness.
Sorry?
Laziness.
Yeah, extreme laziness. Like, okay, not lazy like, oh, on Sunday I didn't do anything. That's not lazy. That's not sloth. Sloth is like, I haven't showered, I don't have a job, I don't earn a living, I don't care for my family, I don't do anything. All I do is, I don't know, like, just sit on the sofa, okay? All I do is just drink all day. That's sloth. That level of laziness, okay? That is a sin. That is a sin against your body. You're not taking care of your body, all right? That level of sin. Not like, oh my God, on Saturday I didn't do anything, I'm a sloth, I'm committing sin. That's not what it means, okay? Extreme forms of these things are sin, all right? What else? What is the next one? So sloth, greed.
Greed.
What is greed?
It's like
Someone.
Yeah, go ahead, Minute.
Someone wants to everything.
Someone wants everything. Yeah. When you are never satisfied. Okay? So everybody knows what ambition is, right? Ambition?
Yes.
Okay? Ambition is when you work for something, when you're like, oh, my ambition is to be a great pianist someday, or my ambition is to work at a bank someday, okay? And then when you get what you want, but it's not enough for you, you're like, no, I want more money, I want more fame, I want more recognition, I want more people to know me. And when you're unsatisfiable, yes. So when nothing is enough for you, then you are starting to exhibit greed, okay? Greed is a sin as well. All right, so greed is a sin because you lose focus in life. You lose focus on what is important. Most people are greedy. What are they greedy for? They're greedy for money. They're greedy for fame. Okay, These are things that if you cannot think about anything else, then you have started harming yourself, you have started harming the people around you. You have become greedy, all right? You want more. You don't care about whose feelings you're hurting or how people are affected by your actions. You cannot be satisfied. You just want more and more in life. So greed is a sin as well. Okay? What is number 6? Who can read number 6 for us? How do you say that?
Gluttony.
Gluttony?
Gluttony. Yeah. What is gluttony?
When you eat too much, or?
Yeah. Do you guys think that should be a sin, to eat too much?
In Christianity, yes.
Yeah.
If someone around you want to eat too?
No, gluttony is not to be hungry, okay? Like, oh, it's 12 o'clock and I'm hungry. It's not that. Gluttony is when you cannot stop eating because you want to overindulge yourself. Indulge. Okay, so to do, again, indulge. Overindulge yourself. So overindulgence. You'll notice that in all of these sins, the one thing that is common is that they are an extreme form of a very minor quantity. Okay, it's like, oh my God, eating is not a sin, but eating to the point where you are stuffed, where you cannot think of anything else, and eating like that all the time. Why is that a sin against your body?
Because it's unhealthy.
It's unhealthy. You're harming yourself, okay? So a sin is not just when you harm others, it's when you harm yourself too in religion, okay? So gluttony, habitual greed, or excess in eating. Yeah. So basically gluttony is a form of greed where you cannot stop eating, where you just want more and more food, okay? And you become obese. Become obese.
Yes.
Become obese.
Why am I
Fat.
Yeah,
obese?
Yeah, and it's like, why am I fat? Oh my God. It's like, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the opposite, when you don't eat because you don't want to be obese, it's a sin too.
No, that's not a sin. I mean, I don't know what the opposite is, but people who don't want to eat to be skinny, that's, you know, that's not a sin. That's more like a
It's mental illness.
Yeah,
like
it's a mental
bulimia.
Bulimia.
Bulimia. Yeah.
Bulimia. Everybody knows what bulimia is?
Yes.
Yeah? What is it, Norbert?
The illness.
Yeah, bulimia is an illness that many people who want to be skinny, they develop. It's a psychological condition where after every time you eat, you make yourself vomit. So you eat food and then you go to the bathroom and you like, and then you vomit.
And you always look
skinny.
Yourself like you are fat.
Yeah, exactly. So bulimia is a mental, people who have bulimia are considered to be like mentally ill. They need help. So gluttony is when you are willingly doing this. It's like, oh, more food all the time. And you don't do anything to stop yourself. Okay?
I think this is also illness. Like obesity is illness. But maybe serious like bulimia.
Yeah. And again, I'm not saying that like these are the right sins and the wrong sins. This is just what the 7 deadly sins are. This is what we have come to, accept as the 7 deadly sins. Some people might think that, being a glutton. Okay? So gluttony, people who exhibit the trait of gluttony, they are gluttons. Okay? So for example, if you go out to a restaurant with like 4 or 5 friends, and you have one friend who keeps ordering food after food after food after food, and he just won't stop eating, you'll call him a glutton, him or her. You'll call them a glutton. Okay? So a person who indulges in gluttony is a glutton.
Sometimes the person when he's depressed try to
they turn into gluttons.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's temporary, right? Like if you're depressed, you eat chocolate to make yourself feel better, okay? But if it's like a permanent thing where you just do not stop eating because you do not want to, then you are becoming a glutton. Then you are indulging in gluttony. Okay?
Okay.
So there, that's...
Well, in fact...
Sorry?
Well, in fact, I had a friend of mine that he loves the fast food, and what's the result? Overweight. is complain about the weight, and everybody notice it because he's with the gluttony.
He'd be he'd be gluttonous. Okay, he'd be gluttonous, he'd be a glutton, he's committing gluttony. Okay, so there are different ways to express. So gluttonous is the adjective. Okay, gluttony is a noun, to be a glutton is also a noun. Okay?
He's actually overweight.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes people say, oh, it's a condition, but you know, you can tell, like, oh, okay, so you gained weight, you're gaining weight, but you're not stopping yourself from eating, right? You're not doing anything. A lot of times they go hand in hand. So if you're a glutton, it's very likely that you're also a sloth, right? Like if you are fat and you won't stop eating, it's very likely that you're also lazy, you know? So a lot of times they go hand in hand. And that's the slippery slope. That's the problem. Everybody knows what a slippery slope is? Slippery slope. So you start doing one thing and then you start doing the other without even realizing that you're doing them. Okay? So it's
like a never-ending circle.
Exactly, a never-ending circle. So, oh, I started here, but then another bad thing happened, and then I couldn't stop it, and then another bad thing happened, and then before you know it, you are indulging in all the vices, and you didn't even realize, you know, how you got there. So that's a slippery slope where things can easily get bad, and you won't even realize how they got that way. Okay? Right?
Okay.
So those are so sloth, greed, gluttony. What is our last corporal sin?
What?
Yes. So again, it has to be extreme. So what do you guys think it means?
Maybe it means when you have too much sex, but in the way when you cheat your couple.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in that way.
Yeah. So adultery. You're talking about adultery. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So adultery is when you cheat on your spouse. For example, if you're married and you step outside of your marriage. Okay. And like you.
If you are not married, is a sin too?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that's a good question. So if you're not married, is it still a sin? Okay. Now again, what does it mean? Nowhere is it saying, oh, only committing lust when you're married is a sin. It's saying that lust in itself is a sin. So what does that mean?
Somebody tries to love.
Sorry, Diego?
Okay. When somebody tries to love a lot of people at the same time.
Okay, yeah, that's an example. Okay?
It is a soft example, to be sure.
Okay, yeah, so having no self-control. Okay? So not having the ability to control yourself. That is what the sin is. Okay? Right? So another example would be okay, who knows what that is?
I know.
Yeah? Okay, so people who indulge in that activity, that is a sin. Okay? So like again, it has to be an extreme case. It's not just, you know, like every day like you're married, not stuff like that. Right? So Matthew is saying sex before marriage is a sin, divorce is a sin too. Okay, these are personal beliefs, and like I said, we're not talking about any one religion. They're just looking at what the 7 deadly sins are and what we have come to accept. Okay. So just like you have 7 deadly sins, a lot of times there's also 7 holy virtues. Okay. So in a way, they're sort of meant to cure the deadly sins. Okay. So faith, hope, charity, prudence, temperance, fortitude, and justice. These are considered to be the 4 cardigan or pagan virtues, and the 3 spiritual or theological virtues. Now, these are not as popular as the 7 deadly sins just because these are not very agreed upon. It's like, oh, one would cure the other. But the 7 deadly sins, these are sort of accepted that these are the 7 deadly sins in Christianity, and now they've become very popular in like culture as well. Okay, so let's actually read the next paragraph and see what else it has to say. Norbert, can I get you to read the next paragraph, please?
Yes, the 7 virtues oppose the 7 sins. In one shame, the 7 virtues are based on the 3 spiritual virtues listed by St. Paul. In 1 Corinthians 13:1-13, faith, hope, and charity, followed by the four cardinal or pagan virtues: prudence, temperance, fortitude, and justice. The idea was that any person, whether he or she was a Christian or not, might possess the four cardinal virtues. Only a Christian in medieval belief would pass its faith in God, hope for an afterlife, and caritas, the type of charity in which one does good deeds out of love for God alone.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Norbert. Christoph, can I get you to read this next paragraph here? Okay, I don't think Christoph is there anymore. So Diego, can I get you to read that?
Okay. An alternative that. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead, keep talking. We can hear you.
The alternative, but equally popular version of the seven virtues was the remedial or contrarial model, which lists specific virtues as the cures or remedies that stand in opposition to each of the seven sins. Prudentius devised this model in 410 AD in his allegorical poem, the Psychomachia, the Battle of the Soul. Its scheme of virtues and vices Its scheme of virtues and vice looked something like this.
Yeah, virtues and vices. Vices are the bad things. Okay, so 7 deadly sins are 7 vices. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Scheme.
Yeah. Sorry? Okay. Vices and schemes. That word is schemes. S-C-H-E-M-E-S. Scheme is like is another word for plan. Okay, scheme is another word for a plan. Okay, all right. So like I said, it's not as this is not as strong of a model as the 7 deadly sins, but humility cures pride. So to be humble. Okay, to be humble. Right? To be humble. So to not be always gloating or boasting about yourself. That means to be to have the virtue of humility. Okay, so the opposite of a vice is a virtue. So a good trait is a virtue. A bad trait is a vice. Okay, kindness. Kindness cures envy. Okay, abstinence. What is abstinence? What does this word mean?
When you don't do something?
Yeah, so when you give something up. So to basically self-control.
Yeah.
Okay, so self-control, when you say, I am not going to do this anymore, I am going to stop it, I'm going to give it up, that is abstinence. Okay, so self-control. That cures gluttony. Okay, chastity. What is chastity?
When you don't have sex?
Yeah, exactly. And it's another form of self-control, right? You have chosen not to indulge in it. So chastity cures lust. Patience cures wrath. All right? Everybody knows what patience is, to wait. All right?
Yeah.
So that cures wrath. Liberality. Okay, liberality cures greed. I'm sorry, I can't see my screen. It's like something's wrong with it. Liberality cures greed. What is that?
What is greed?
Greed. Greed? Okay, greed is when you want more. Okay? So liberality is spending without worrying. Okay? So liberality, another way to describe it would be the quality of being of giving or spending freely without wanting more in return. Okay? So greed is when you want more, right? When you want more money, more fame, whatever. When you want more of something and you're not satisfied, that is greed. So liberality is not just wanting more, but being able to spend and not expecting a lot in return. Okay? And diligence. Diligence cures sloth.
Working hard.
Yes. Well, yeah, exactly. Diligence. Diligence is to work hard and work smart. That cures sloth. Okay? All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I read the next paragraph?
We're actually out of time, but sure, if you want to read the next paragraph and then the end of class, and then that's it. So sure, go ahead, Jorge.
Okay. Continue the numerological mysticism of seven. The medieval church assembled a list of 7 good works in the catechisms as cures to the 7 deadly sins. These include sheltering strangers, feeding the hungry, giving drink to those thirsting, clothing the naked, visiting the sick, ministering to the imprisoned, and burying the dead.
Imprisoned. Ministering to the imprisoned. People who are in prison are imprisoned.
Ministering to the imprisoned, and burying the dead. All these traditional views, however, were object of much intellectual thinking in the Renaissance when Protestant Christians sought to separate themselves theologically from the older Catholic teachings, and Catholic theologians sought to distinguish themselves from the upstart Protestant groups.
Perfect. Thank you so much for reading that for us, Jorge. And that is actually the end of our class. So thank you guys for attending. Alberto, I hope you had fun, that this is the kind of class you had in mind. And if you guys have any other questions, you're more than welcome to ask me on my Facebook page if something was unclear. And let me know what you thought. You can give me feedback on Burbling and let me know what you thought of this class, okay? But I'm out for now. I'll be back. I have a class in 2 more hours, okay? So thanks, everyone. It was a lot of fun, and I'll see you guys again.
Bye, teacher.
Okay,